How do you want to show up for your kids? How do you want to feel about your kids? Very often, when I'm discussing 4-day work weeks and 3-day weekends with parents, I get the concern expressed to me that, well, Wade, as a parent, I want to provide for my children the best I can. And it feels to me that if I'm taking Fridays off and if I'm enjoying these 3-day weekends, I'm not providing for my children as best as I can. Now, there's a couple ways you can look at this. Number one, some parents do like to have a schedule that's similar to the school schedule of their kids. They'll say, you know what, I want to work on the days that my kids are in school. And when my kids are out of school, I want to be off. I want to be off for the summer and be able to vacation. So that might be one way you can address that. But the other thing I invite you to consider is this. If you're a parent, what are all the different ways you contribute to your children? Some of it is financial, putting a roof over their head, clothing, shelter, food, all those different things. That's very important, affording an education. And at the same time, being able to be present with them and to give them your full and undivided attention more often if you have more energy, if you're getting a chance to recharge, if you're taking a different pace to life. And so for my wife and I, we kind of see Friday as our day to get our needs met. So we might go to the beach together, or I might go to the beach and she might do her thing. But put simply, while our kids are in school, we have this free time where we can do our thing and recharge and be fully present so that when the weekend comes, which is very often relaxing for our 15-year-old and our 13-year-old, but sometimes a lot of work for us to get them from this place to that place and create this life that they're hoping for, that we can get there with a lot of energy and be fully present. We don't have to resent them because we're getting our needs met as well. And so I invite you to consider this. How do you want to show up for your kids? How do you want to feel about your kids? Do you want to be resenting them and saying, well, you know what, if only it weren't for my kids, I wouldn't have to work so hard. If it wasn't for my kids, I could have more time on the weekends. And the reason I know this is because I used to have these feelings and I started to realize that it wasn't their fault. And this is when they were way younger and I would get upset. And it really came down to that I wasn't managing my time the way I could. I wasn't creating the time I needed and the space I needed to get the exercise, to play the beach volleyball, to be present with my wife, to have time with friends. These things don't change when we have children. And so, yes, if we can continue to maintain a high income, that's awesome. I'm all about that. But if we can also be as present as possible for our children, especially just while they're with us, time flies, to be able to have that gift and to know when they've left the house that you've done everything you could and you've had the time with them that you could, regardless of whether or not you get the income you always wanted, that you know you can also earn that later when they leave the house and you might have more money than you ever knew what to do with. But while they're there, you get to be fully present with them. So I hope you find this helpful. I hope this gives you a different perspective on how you can fully contribute as a parent. I thank you for listening. If you have questions like this, you can always email me or go to 3dayweekendentrepreneur.com. And there's an area, there's a little button on the right where you can click on it and you can leave a question either by audio or by typing that. So as always, I look forward to helping you impact more people, including your family, and make more money in less time. Do what you do best so you can better enjoy your family, your friends, and your life. Thanks for listening.